Hi, I'll be showing you how to do the bra cup. So for that, you're supposed to buy this kind of a PU form. You can actually easily buy this from Pamunua, and this is a sponge sandwiched to two fabrics like this. So I have cut the bra cup patterns using the patterns from the master pattern of the bra top torso without seam allowance. I have made these patterns without seam allowance, and these are the two lower parts of the bra cup, and this is the upper part of the bra cup. So I have placed the form actually like this here, like this, and you're supposed to do an outline like this. Mark the notch as well. For this, actually, you don't have to think about the selvedge direction or the grain line direction because it's a sponge. Okay, so likewise, you're supposed to trace all these patterns on the PU form and then cut the pieces like this. So when you're cutting, actually, a pinch before that, I would prefer you to cut because otherwise there will be like an ease. So here, like this, I'll be cutting the cutting all the panels like this. And you're supposed to, while tracing, actually you're supposed to trace these notches on the PU form as well because you are going to match all these panels while stitching using these notches. Okay, so here, so for each panel actually you are supposed to cut two pieces because we are going to make two bra cups. Okay, so here are the bra cup panels that I have cut here. Now I'll be stitching these two together first, the lower sections of the bra cup, starting from the notches actually, like this. And you are going to place your forms like this, not overlapping them, but they are meeting like this. They are just facing each other, like meeting them from the edges like this. So you are supposed to match from the notches, and then I'll be stitching towards this side and then turning and stitching the other side like this. So basically from here to here you stitch, and then from here to here you stitch. Okay, right. Right, so here the two lower sections of the bra cup I'll be starting first, matching the notches like this, so they are facing like this. So from here actually you are using the zigzag stitch. So here from the machine you can adjust the stitch into the zigzag. Here like this, you're supposed to do the zigzag stitch like this. And then you can turn to the other side and now match your notches again, because now the sponge is a bit stretchable, so the notch placement can change. Now you can backstitch and start. It's better if you can backstitch and stop, but I didn't backstitch because of the quality of the sponge. Sometimes with the portable sewing machine, the placement can change if I try to do the backstitching, so I didn't do that, but I would prefer you guys to do that. And then you're supposed to attach this to this. Okay, right. Now, yeah, I have done 1 cup, so I'm just checking the sides, the correct sides using the patterns actually, because since they are like smaller panels, the sides can change. So like this. I'll be matching the notch to the intersection point of the seam. I'm going to tuck the sponge to match the alignment. Right, I'll be stitching till the end. Now it's still 2D, as you can see. So you know the bra cup form should be the form of the cup. It's 3D, so we are supposed to now stitch them together to make the cup into a 3D form like this. So actually we can start from here and go to this point as well. Anyways, you have to choose the easiest side to start. Always make sure you label center, front and the side seam, because since these are very tiny pieces, obviously you can get confusions otherwise if unless you actually mark these ones on the right. So here now this has now made into a 3D cup. See, like this, right? So after that you are supposed to iron all these seams properly. Okay, let's iron and come. I'm going to pin all these patterns on the fabric, and using the tape patterns I'll be cutting the fabrics. So here actually I'll be showing you how to do the half of the bra top. Now actually I'll be using I have taken the corset pattern to make the bra top torso, because you can do that as well. I have taken the corset and I have made the underbust curve and split them into separate pieces. So here that's why I have taken the curve, the top edge of the curve like this. So it's from the corset pattern. You can take the bra top torso, corset, princess line torso, anything you can take and break from the underbust curve and make it as a bra top pattern. So now I'm cutting the patterns using the paper patterns. You have to think about the selvage direction. So I have placed the patterns according to selvage directions and thinking about the grain lines as well. Here I have pinned all the paper patterns on the fabric, and I'll be stitching the half of the pattern just for you guys to see. And here I have taken the corset pattern. That's why the the curve of the top edges like this. So you can take the corset, strapless bodies, princess line torso, or bra top torso to make the bra top pattern. So actually the bra cut is here. I have taken the corset pattern and I have split the panels from the underbust curve like this and made them into separate pieces. Okay, so I have placed the patterns according to selvage direction. I'm thinking about the grain line placements as well. So they are parallel to each other as well as to the selvage direction. So I'll be now cutting the fabric pieces using these patterns, and then let's stitch. Here now I have pinned the bra cup like this on the mannequin, and here this also I can pin, so it will look like this. So let's say you want the center seam also to be visible, or center seam also to be there, you can just put a seam over here as well. But I have taken the two bra cups as two separate pieces, so that's why I'm not stitching them together as like a full cup. Okay, so yeah, this is how it looks. So as you can see, now it's contoured to the body by responding all these to the body by responding to body's contour lines here and here. So it's like combining three pieces together to make the bra cup. I have cut all the fabric pieces, and now I'm going to cut a bias strip to make some channels actually. So you're supposed to take your fabric like this and then fold the fabric into 45 degrees like this. So only if you're cutting the fabric like this into true bias, then only you can get the body contours properly. Okay, so that's why I see, as you can see here, now it has a stretch after cutting the fabric into true bias. Right here. Now, before removing all the pins, make sure that you have placed cut marks at the notches. See, there are notches here on the bra cup panels. So here I have done some cuts like this. So using them, I'll be stitching. Now, keeping the good sides together like this. First, you are supposed to match the notches and pin like this. You're pinning into this direction to spread the ease evenly throughout the seam. So here there's an ease now, because you know there's the bust ease, and since it's a curve, there can be eases anywhere. So you're supposed to place your pins very closer to each other to spread them evenly throughout the bust curve like this. Like this, see? So likewise, now for the bra cup, I have cut 4 panels. So for the half of the body, we'll be using 2 panels, and you know you can't match the now the panels were like this. So you know the seam allowance of this part is very long, because you know it's very pointed. So you don't have to match them, because it's not matching. See? So here you can pin it like this. You can actually place a dot here and here on the fabric as well to match, or else you can just, because anyways you don't get any eases there, because it doesn't have that much of a curve. So likewise you can see. Now I'm going to stitch the curve. Now for that, actually, you know, I have left half an inch as the seam allowance. So here the guide. Now the needle tip is here. From here I'll be keeping the guide like this. The magnet here That's my guide. So from the needle tip half an inch away, I have placed that on the machine. Right, so let's stitch. Right, you can back stitch and go ahead. Like this. Now when you're stitching the curve, you have to be patient. Before removing the pins, you have to put the needle in and lift the footer up, and then come forward. So you have to make sure that there is no puckering. Like this. Here you have to spread the eases properly because so here like this. Now as you can see here, so I have stitched the curve without creating any puckering over here. See, like this. Now let's do the other cup as well, like this. Now when you're doing that, now you know this is going to be the liner, so it's like this. So you have to hold the fabric pieces now like this. Then only the seams will get covered like this. So you can stitch the other bust cup also like this way. You're pinning by matching the notches, and then you can pin throughout the seam and then do the stitching. Now here, now I'm going to cover the bra cup form using these two panels. So it should be sandwiching into these two. Okay, so here you're then supposed to keep them together like this, facing the good sides together by matching the intersection points. Right, you're doing only the top edge, these two seams only. Now leaving half an inch according to the curve. Actually you're supposed to stitch, so make sure you're retaining the shape of the curve. have to match the intersection points properly. Once you come there, you have to put the needle in and lift the footer, then you have to turn. So leaving half an inch, you are doing that. Matching the alignment, you have to check whether you are aligning your edges to the other. Then before turning this onto the other side, you are supposed to cut here and reduce the seam bulk. And since it's a curve here as well, you are supposed to cut some beads to the utmost level of the stitch line. You are not cutting the stitch, just like this. So I have taken the corset, so depending on the curve you have to anyways do the cuts throughout the seam, because otherwise you can't open it properly. Here also there's this armhole curve, so a part of the armhole curve was there, so here it's like this. Now I'm going to turn this onto the other side like this. So here this is going to be the outer and this is going to be the liner side. So liner side, I'll be doing the stay stitching now. I'm removing the guide now. Here, putting all the seams towards your right hand side like this, see? And on the edge, I'm doing an edge stitch. We call that as the stay stitching. That will help you all to keep all these liners, panel liner, seam allowance on the liner sides. They are not then coming towards the other side. You have to always make sure that the seam allowance, everything is on towards your right hand side. Otherwise, the liner's side of the bra cup will keep coming out and it will be visible. So it's not nice. So that's why we do the stay stitching. Since now you're also, when you're doing a deeper curve, you have to always put your needle into the fabric and then lift the footer and then open it properly and then do. Otherwise you don't get the exact curve of the bra cup, the top edge I mean. Now I have come to the corner, so actually I'll be stopping there by back stitching, and then I'm starting again. Right, now here, now my liner side is here, this side, so I'll be putting all the seams towards my left hand side. Open the seam properly and do. Near the corner you have to take your time and do that. you can come to the utmost point and stop and back stitch. See, now the stay stitching is like this. So here, if you feel like you need to cut more to reduce the seam bulk, you can obviously cut here. See, now without even ironing, now see, because of the stay stitching, now you have achieved the shape of the curve properly. See, and now you can iron also. Before that, you can check whether it has come out correctly by putting the bra cup inside. See, it has come out nicely. We can drape it on the mannequin and see whether the fit is correct, right? Here. Now, the finishing methods can be different. You can have a boning here as well, or else you can have a bias binding also by sandwiching them together. Without doing this, you can have the raw edge like this and then cover it using a bias tape. So that can be like attaching a lace kind of a thing, attaching a scallop kind of a thing, or attach another detail. So there can be different types of finishing methods. So here I have taken this method because I just wanted you to see the stay stitching part as well. Okay, so let's fit this on the mannequin and see whether it has come out correctly.
Hello.
Here now here like this. Now here this is going to be like this, attached like this. So I have to now, let's say these are the two fabrics. It's like this. Now I'm going to stitch. I'm not attaching a liner to this. Okay, so I'm going to actually stitch it like this. The seams are coming out. Now this is going to be the good side, right? So this is also going to be the good side. So for the good side, I'll be taking the seams out like this. Later on, I'll be covering this with a boning channel like this, covering it. Okay, so here here also there can be different types of finishing methods, so I'll be using that. The seams are coming out from the good side of the work. Okay, so here I'm holding the fabrics together, then leaving half an inch. Right, now I'm going to iron the bra cup and iron here as well. So you have to make sure that you have to always, after you do any seam, you have to open the seam and iron. Here also I have ironed and brought it. See? Okay, so let's go and iron and come. Now after ironing, I'm putting the bra cup inside like this, and you have to make sure that here the seam allowance now, so it should be half an inch, and I'll be now here, this is the outer, so here I'll be attaching this to the liner like this on the bust point. Just make sure that they are in correct place, because after you stitch, otherwise the placement can change and it will be uncomfortable to the wearer as well. So to prevent happening that, I'll be securing the apex, the bust point. So now it doesn't change. Now I'll be changing the footer into one-sided footer like this, and then here also actually you can do the tacking. I'm taking needle out exactly from the seam, so it's like a blind stitch. Right, now I'm going to open it properly like this, and here now I'm using the one-sided footer because then you can stitch exactly on the edge of the sponge, not the sponge, but you can actually retain the alignment properly by aligning this to the edge of the sponge. Let's start from here, from the intersection point. You have to make sure that the fabric is open, the cup is all open properly. Now you can change the side of the footer. And again start at the intersection point. See, now the cup is secure. Now I'm going to attach them together like this. by matching the intersection points like this. Since you're pinning the curve, you're supposed to do it properly, like the way that you have done it before. Like this. See? It should match properly. And now here, the seam allowance, half an inch is coming out. It should be like that. So I'm taking the seam like this, coming out. Okay, like this. Right. Before attaching the bra cup to this panel, actually you're supposed to attach the boning and the channel here. So I'm marking half an inch, which was the seam allowance here, like this. So you're supposed to cut the boning like this. Without seam allowance you're cutting. So with a pen, like pinch before the seam allowance, actually you can cut. So it's a very short panel, as you can see. Like this you are going to attach, right? And you're supposed to cover the two edges using a masking tape. Like this, because otherwise the plastic, there are these tiny plastic strips can poke you later if you don't do that. You can cover these two edges using a fabric piece as well, but to eliminate, to prevent from having the seam bulk, I have done the masking taping, right, like this. And you're supposed to now, we have cut the bias strip like this. So here the strip of the length of the strip should be this, according to this. Now here, according to width, actually I'm just using the bias tape just to check the alignment. So it's like this. I'm not stitching the boning. Just to check the alignment, I'm placing the boning on top of the bias strip like this. I'll be cutting the excess like this. Now I'm going to turn the straight. I'm going to back this out. Now I'm going to pass this through the channel like this. It should be tightly going inwards like this. Now here it's like this. So I'm marking the excess like this, and we can cut the excess. Okay, I'm not cutting this side. Let's first stitch and see what happens. So here I'm going to now cut the excess of this. Like this. Here the seam allowance is here, so I'm covering the seam using this. So I'll be centering this to the seam. You can backstitch also. We can do the other side, the other edge of the channel as well, like this. See, it's like this. Now you can iron and come. Okay, then we can pin like this throughout the curve and getting the seams on towards the good side of the work like this. It depends on the finishing method you want actually. Let's iron and come. Now I'll be using again the one-sided footer. So here Now I have pinned the underbust curve like this. You have to make sure that the intersection points are correct in place. So I'll backstitch and take it out just to check whether it's correct. I have taken this underbust seam out. You can take the underbust seam like an invisible seam as well by taking this into the other side of the work. But here I have taken this onto the good side. Now the boning is here and the underbust curve is like this. So I'm going to attach a bias tape here. I have attached the bias tape to the underbust curve like this. So then I'm cutting the edges of the seam allowance like this. Now it's very bulky, but this bulk will help us to have the reinforcement of the underbust to hold the bust. Now it's like this. Now I'm going to cover these all the seams using this by wrapping them up like this. Right, now let's use this bias tape to finish the underbust curve like this. Okay, so I am wrapping the raw edges of the seams using this bias tape. Now, after doing the first edge of the curve, you are supposed to do the other edge of the curve as well, like in boning. Like this, right?